Welcome to our channel. Today, we bring you another topic, top 10 podcasts to listen to for success for entrepreneurs. There are several entrepreneurial podcasts available. As a result, it may be challenging to determine which resources will be the most beneficial to your company's growth. This is why I've put together this list. Turn to one of these podcasts for inspiration and education while you're on the go. 10. The Smart Passive Income Podcast. Pat Flynn, a writer and entrepreneur renowned for his tremendously successful site, The Smart Passive Income, teaches his followers about investing in internet businesses and producing massive income, hosts the Smart Passive Income Podcast, a top-rated and award-winning business podcast. Pat Flynn discusses all of his online business and blogging techniques, revenue streams, and killer marketing tips and tricks in his podcast so that you can stay ahead of the competition with your online company or blog. The program covers a wide range of subjects in business, including automation, crowdsourcing, SEO, affiliate marketing, outsourcing, and more. 9. Startup Podcast. Alex Bloomberg and Lisa Chow present the Gimlet Media Podcast Startup. The podcast is about what it's like to build a business from the ground up. The show's first 2 seasons focus on tales of entrepreneurs. Season 1 focused on founding Gimlet Media, while Season 2 focused on the founding of Dating Ring, a dating firm. Each episode in the 3rd season follows one business. 8. Masters of Scale with Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, hosts a business podcast called Masters of Scale, in which he invites great entrepreneurs to discuss the tales and ideas that help them expand from startups to worldwide brands. Entrepreneurship, leadership, strategy, management, and fundraising are all topics discussed by Reid and his guests. They also discuss the human journey, with its failures and disappointments. Ariana Huffington, Ben Chestnut, Kevin Systrom, and others have previously been on the show. Number 7. Recode Decode. Decoder. Kara Swisher of Recode has her podcast, Recode Decode, in addition to co-hosting the Pivot podcast with Scott Galloway. Swisher interviews tech executives, politicians, entertainers, and others about their big ideas and how they're changing the world in this podcast. Elon Musk, Hillary Clinton, Mark Zuckerberg, Jason Fried, Adam Grant, and others have all been on the show in the past. 6. Entrepreneurs on Fire. John Lee Dumas hosts the business podcast Entrepreneurs on Fire. Unfortunately, there's nothing in Dumas's past that suggests he'd be successful with entrepreneur podcasts. He served in the U.S. Army for 9 years as an Army and logistics officer before embarking on this journey. He was also a real estate broker and worked in financial services. Despite this, the channel won the Best of Apple Podcasts award. In 2012, Dumas began presenting Entrepreneurs on Fire. First, he interviewed well-known figures such as Tony Robbins and Seth Godin. After that, he picked their brains for the benefit of business owners. He also established free training on how to profit from podcasts. 5. The Gary V Audio Experience. Gary Vaynerchuk is the chairman and CEO of VaynerMedia, a full-service advertising firm that works with Fortune 100 companies. Gary V is active on social media, with accounts on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube, where he hosts the hashtag AskGaryV Q&A program and the Daily V Daily Video Documentary series. The Gary V in the Gary V Audio Experience alludes to Gary Vaynerchuk, a former wine critic. Gary V is a Barcelonian American with diverse business history. He is a true serial entrepreneur, having founded a software firm, a vineyard, and a communications firm. In addition, Gary V has dabbled with angel and startup investments. Gary V has the experience and knowledge to teach startups and entrepreneurs about business. The channel's growing popularity indicates that many others believe the same thing. The podcast includes hashtag AskGaryV and Daily V documentaries, among other things. 4. Side Hustle School. Chris Guillebeau is the New York Times best-selling author of The $100 Startup, which has sold over 500,000 copies worldwide. Guillebeau discusses how anybody may generate a new source of income within 27 days in his most recent book, Side Hustle. In his podcast, Side Hustle School, he delves deeper into the topic. The goal of Guillebeau's podcast is to assist you in establishing a new source of income without having to leave your current work. Each episode will tell the tale of someone who has launched a side hustle, including what went well, how they overcame obstacles, and what happened as a result. 3. The Tim Ferris Show. Tim Ferris is most commonly associated with his best-selling self-help book from 2007. It was well-received and titled The 4-Hour Workweek, Escape 9 to 5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich. For 4 years, the book was on the New York Times bestseller list. In addition, it has been translated into 40 different languages. It's hardly surprising to see Tim Ferris at the top of yet another list. This time, though, it's for The Tim Ferris Show, his podcast channel. As of this writing, He has 519 episodes and a diverse guest list. Ferris conducts conversations with well-known figures from the worlds of business, the arts, and entertainment. They all have one thing in common though: success. So Ferris's job is to eke out the most excellent winning strategies and advice from each one. This is a great channel to check if you want a little enjoyment mixed in with your studies. Arnold Schwarzenegger, LeBron James, Doris Kearns Goodwin, Malcolm Gladwell, Vince Vaughn, Susan Cain, Ramit Sethi, and many more have been on the show in the past. 2. Pivot. Pivot is a weekly podcast presented by Kara Swisher, Silicon Valley's most renowned journalist, and NYU professor Scott Galloway, and produced by Recode, owned by Vox Media. The program provides incisive, unedited views into how technology influences business and culture in areas like media, advertising, politics, and more. Pivot is a must-listen podcast if you want to remain up to date on all the latest news in technology, business, and politics. 1. Building a Story Brand with Donald Miller. Workshops on StoryBrand.com teach company owners to clarify their message, engage with customers, and grow their brand. Because of the popularity of these seminars, Donald Miller decided to start a podcast where entrepreneurs may listen for free and meet with other company owners who are facing similar issues and are seeking solutions. This podcast, which has passed 150 episodes, is a favorite among small company owners who feel isolated and alone in their daily difficulties. As the title indicates, this presentation may help you identify your brand's message and create a story around it. The episodes present a tale of a business owner who has grown their firm by identifying and incorporating their distinctive message into a consistent plot. Aside from an introduction to brand storytelling, Donald and his guests discuss central themes like how to become a great leader, how to cope with financial challenges, how to manage your emotions and mental health, and how to grow your firm to its full potential. The guest is mentioned first, followed by the podcast topic, and you can get a better idea of what they'll talk about in the next 30 to 60 minutes by reading the description. Being an entrepreneur is hard and discouraging at times. Learning from other entrepreneurs' mistakes and tips can save you lots of time and money. So if you want to learn from other successful entrepreneurs, click on this next video here as we narrow down the list of the top 10 books all successful entrepreneurs need to read. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button.